Hey, thanks. It's a one mic setup. And guess what? We play all the music out of my laptop right next to the microphone.
It's perfect.
It's I think it gives it a feeling you wouldn't have if you had an impressive setup with good equipment, with professionals involved. It has the fun conversational atmosphere.
Of course, because you're not locked into something.
Right, because there's not this ostentatiousness of like someone is there in another room pushing record. There's not these professional microphones. We're not wearing the cans, and it gives it a different air. That's my excuse. That's what I'll say if anybody calls me on it, as they have every right to. But this is PodCATS, the pod about cats. I am TV's Kevin Lanigan, and joining me today from Bucky, from Rumpelteazer, from current ex-boyfriend, Jess Morgan.
Hello, I'm so happy to be here.
You are giving this a stage that it doesn't necessarily deserve, and I appreciate that.
I'm so excited. No, I'll talk about musicals all damn day.
I feel, as a recovering theater geek, this is a great excuse to get all the musical theater nonsense out of my system and, help my long-suffering girlfriend get through the day a little bit better by getting this all out in a different way.
Exactly. Exercise it. Go run it around the block.
Yeah.
And then come back inside.
Yeah, it's like you gotta let the dog off the leash sometimes. You gotta take your kids to the park, not because you like the park, but because you need your kids to take a nap at 4.
Exactly.
And this is the equivalent of trying to get your kids to take a nap.
Our love for musicals is like an over-sugared 4-year-old.
And we have discovered 2 Missouri originating big theater dorks. You went to Missouri State University. We both went to the Missouri Fine Arts Academy at different times.
Yes, we did, which is pretty niche, because I meet people from Missouri a lot. I do not find a lot of people who went to the Missouri Fine Arts Academy, so this is a big shout out to MOFA.
Yeah, what's up? What's up, MOFA? R.I.P.
Rest in peace.
I had too much invested in that tiny little arts program for Missouri kids. And it's like, and it was my Sisyphean torture, where I would try to push the boulder up the mountain every year, and then the boulder would run me back over. And I don't think I'll ever fully emotionally recover from the loss of the Missouri Fine Arts Academy.
It's this really cool camp every summer held at Missouri State University for kids in public schools around Missouri to apply to. And they accept a decent amount, but it still has a little, like a prestigious feel to it.
150 is like the cap.
Yeah.
And it went down, I think, in my time as low as like 80.
Yeah.
Because the funding changed, the numbers changed, and I can talk all day about the way that these governor's schools have been treated by the public education system.
Yes, it is a governor's school, and it's a couple weeks in the summer. And I went back in the day, sounds like way before you went, but I applied for singing, and I did not get in. But then there was a notice that was sent out, and these were beautiful days when they were like, we need more kids. They were like, we don't have enough dancers. Our dance program is pretty low. So I applied as a dancer, and I got in. And it was the best summer of my life, because I'm from a very small farm town in Missouri, and I got to go to big old Springfield, and I got to feel like I was a college kid for 3 weeks.
You got to go to Spring Vegas, their Bass Pro Shop is huge. It's got like a pyramid and a wedding hall. Springfield is a beautiful, wonderful place.
It is special. And I went to college there.
Wow. So 4 years at the old MSU. Special place in my heart. I know a lot of MSU alums, but apparently none that you know.
I think you're way younger than me is what we found out.
I went to MOFA in 2010, if that gives you any ideas.
Yeah, I was there in 2005.
Okay. That's not that bad. 5 years. What is 5 years between friends?
Exactly.
So tell me, what is your history, if any, with the Broadway musical Cats? With the Broadway smash they call Cats.
So my relationship with the Broadway musical Cats started in, I believe, 2016.
Okay.
So the year of the revival.
When the Cats came back from the dead for their second life.
For their second life on Broadway.
On Broadway.
And I went with my best friend Jackson on a lark, on a whim, because I have a lot of deep relationships with many musicals. Cats was never one of them. I never invested in it. I really am of the narrative structure, and I was told this is based on poems, and I was like, that does not sound narrative enough for my taste. So I never got into it, and then I sat back, and the curtain opened on Wow, 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 a roller coaster, and I started confused, and I left confused, but so happy.
That is, I think, the ideal Cats experience is sort of always being a little lost as to what's happening. Because if you figure it out, you discover that, oh, nothing was actually happening.
Yes, I felt like I'm not one who does a ton of recreational drugs, but I felt like that would be the environment to do it in, because I just had to like let go of my senses and stop trying to make anything make sense and just loosen my need for logic, and I just really enjoyed it.
Yeah. We have theorized that the ideal way to experience the upcoming Cats movie is to perfectly time an acid drop. Now, I've never done acid.
Nor I.
But I would maybe be... this is the one time in my life you could possibly convince me to do acid.
Sure.
Cops, stop listening. This is podcast
Please turn it
not
off.
for you. This is not PodCATS or PodCATS. That's a different
but what
show.
fun!
Oh, they're wearing little hats, and they have a little badge.
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so this is not... So what are the musicals that you do have, like, an intimate... Like, if I didn't stop you, this show could quickly become about those.
Children of Eden.
Children of... I am not familiar.
Oh, my God.
Do go on.
Children of Eden is a late 80s Schwartz bop. And it is Genesis of the Bible. So, I know, wild. Act 1 is Adam and Eve and their exile from the garden. And then Act 2 is Noah and the ark. And it seems so corny, but the music is so beautiful. I guarantee you've heard 1 or 2 songs from this.
Challenge accepted.
Okay,
I have Spotify open in front of us.
She may not pop up on Spotify. Oh, yeah, that's the cast cover.
Children of Eden highlights.
Okay. So, Lost in the... You know...
Spotify has darkened out most of this, 20-some-odd songs.
You know that number.
Lost in the Wilderness? Challenge accepted.
Are you a tenor?
I'm a baritone.
Then maybe you don't. Every tenor knows this song.
Every tenor. I'm listening.
Made this world, I didn't even lose it, and I know no one said it was fair, but they had a garden once, they had the chance to...
Is this Noah?
They gave it away.
This is Cain.
That's...
So
wow.
Adam and Eve have Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
This is Cain saying that we're lost because of them, it's their fault.
Wow.
Very ones. It's got some good up notes.
Yeah. The musical theater standards that I was given in choir for contests and stuff like that were from Jekyll and Hyde.
Yes.
Or Big River, the Huckleberry Finn musical.
I did Jekyll and Hyde at the Vandervoort Theater, which I don't know if that was existing in Springfield. Springfield Contemporary Theater, does that ring a bell? One of the theaters in Springfield I did Jekyll and Hyde in. So I have a lovely relationship with that show too.
The Springfield musical theater that I've taken in is 100% Tent Theater, which takes place on the... You did Tent?
I did 3 seasons of Tent. 2 seasons of Tent. I did 2 seasons, so which brings me to my next musical that I know intimately. What is this? He's giving me...
I'm trying to line the timeline up. When were these Tent seasons? Probably when you were in school.
Yes. I did Tent 2008 and 2009.
Damn, would have missed it. I was hoping for another weird, strange bit of serendipity.
Sure.
That I had seen you in 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee or something like that.
Yes.
Ah, no, our serendipity stops just short.
What year did you see that?
2010.
My arch nemesis was in that production.
Oh.
I won't name names, but she's a bitch, and I hate her. There you go.
Give us a character name.
What?
Who did they play? And then sleuths, clever sleuths can do their digging and discover and stir up some shit. Olive?
Is that a character?
Oh boy. I really just know him by sight. I don't know why I'd asked you. I'm like,
character,
the Boy Scout one,
the one who sings "Mama, Mama, Mama," that one.
Okay, so you clever folks out there on the internet who want to
we
stir
don't
up
communicate
some
anymore.
Shit
It's
with
fine.
Jess Morgan. It's fine.
I was there for Cyrano. I was in the ensemble of Cyrano when I was there, and I did "You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown," and then I went on to do "You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown" 3 more times. So that is a musical that has been beaten into my system.
Everybody has their turn at "You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown."
And some people feel punished and do it many times. Not punished. Every time I did it, it was such a fun time because it's not easy. I don't want to say it's easy, but it's so pleasant. It's such a pleasant production. And so every time I did it in a summer stock setting, it wasn't like I had to dig deep to find Lucy, so we could all have fun, do that, and then go drink at night.
Oh, are you telling me that Cass drink at night?
Yes, after shows they do. My God, can you believe it?
That's revelatory news.
Something that I think the listeners should know is that tent theater is a tent outside.
A literal tent outside.
In southern Missouri in the summer.
In the middle of the summer. And they do have air conditioning on sometimes, over intermission and before the show.
Yeah.
But while they're putting on these productions, they can't just be cranking that AC.
Yeah.
So you are all together sweltering, using your playbills as a fan the classic fashion.
Yeah.
And maybe you dressed up a little bit to go to the theater, and then you horribly regret it.
Because you're sweating
sweating
hard.
in your black slacks. Tent theater, a beautiful institution in its own special way.
Exactly.
This is a very inside Missouri podcast, and I
hope you all enjoy it. I love that. And the fact that so far you're just speaking my language.
How many times have you listened to a show, have you watched a TV show, and you've had to sit through LA conversations, people talking about super specific LA streets and avenues, or New York, God help us, all the shows. I love Broad City, but then they get into these conversations that I don't understand, and I live here.
Yes.
I think the world needs more eerily specific conversations about our own little corners of this great tapestry we call America.
Absolutely. Springfield, Missouri.
Yes, we are bringing the Springfield, Missouri flavor here today. So, Children of Eden is one. Do you have another?
I have many. If we're digging into, the deep cuts, we got some, first act of Sound of Music.
First act specifically.
100%.
So before the Nazi stuff.
Before the Nazis.
Like the Nazi
I'm not saying
stuff.
I don't like it. I'm saying that this is... So I was so obsessed with the Sound of Music that I would go to the library, the Chillicothe Public Library, and I would rent the cassette set. Or not the cassette, the VHS set. And I would bring it home, and I would watch the VHSs over and over and over again. And then once it was time to check it back into the library, I would take it back, check it in, and then take it back out immediately. So they
walk around the library for 30 minutes, come back and grab it again.
And I was 5, and they just gave it to me.
Sure,
they were like,
what
just
are you gonna
take
say?
it.
She's helpless.
And so I was... The first VHS was my jam, because the second VHS was less interesting, and I didn't know what Nazis were, but it just got dark.
Yeah. So you like the first VHS. You're not a big fan of the second. Although
Correct.
I think I have the movie soundtrack here.
That's
and of course we
fine.
all know that they changed a ton of stuff from the stage version. My character, Uncle Max, both of his songs are cut from the movie.
Whoa!
He has 2 songs in the show.
I don't know if I've ever seen the stage version.
Wow. I did a high school production. I could say I was in Sound of Music. I did a high school production of Sound of Music
You're
where
still in it.
I was Uncle Max, because I was always the largest funny supporting character.
Sure.
Although if you're Sound of Music Uncle Max, you do have to do several scenes where you advocate, maybe we should join the Nazis.
Yes.
I'm just saying, Christopher Plummer, maybe we should join the Nazis.
And the worst part about it is that it's not even like, I believe in this. It's like, it would be less work if we did.
It'd be so convenient to join the Nazis. They wouldn't be knocking on our door all the time. Your daughter wouldn't feel tempted to date one if we became one. You know, it's less rebellious for little Liesel.
Oh, Liesel, she was my girl. That dress. My grandmother sewed, and I asked her to make me the dress that she wears when she's doing 16 going on 17. And she did. And it was gorgeous, and it was beautiful. And I used to run around the backyard singing that song. And in that dress, it was heaven. She was so beautiful. I just wanted to be a teenager. It was such a good... Oh, what a good fun
And then you
role.
became a teenager, and then you say, why did I wish on this monkey's paw so hard?
And then all I would listen to is the last 5 years. Over and over.
Oh, man.
And over again. And Wicked. Wicked in the last 5 years were when I was driving the half an hour from my little tiny farmhouse to the public school. Truly a very long journey. That's what you get for living in the middle of nowhere. 100%. I would rotate between the two of those, and my car was my practice room, and that was sacred.
That was me and Mumford & Sons CDs for a while. And then it was Lonely Island CDs for a while.
Sure.
And then I got the Hamilton set. And that was just it for like a year.
Same.
To and from work at Starbucks at 4:30 in the morning. Just crank it. The only thing that pumped me up and got me through the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hit that one really hard too. I chewed all the flavor out of it. I mean, it still has flavor, but we had to take the gum out for a while.
For sure. We had to... I've had to take a break. Now, I also do a Patreon-exclusive podcast where I talk about Hamilton minute by minute, and we've been doing that for a couple of years.
Wow.
So that's the only Hamilton I've had in a few years.
Okay, well, that's a good rationing.
It's a good way to wean yourself off the stuff, he said, tapping his veins like a junkie. It's a good, like, oh, we're not going cold turkey because I'd have to chain myself to the radiator. So instead we are gradually weaning ourselves off. It's the methadone of musical theater podcasts.
Absolutely. That's a very smart and healthy thing for you to do.
Thank you. It seems I'm very well adjusted. You can ask anyone. Great. I don't have to play Sound of Music for anybody. I feel like anybody listening to this is familiar. We just all are familiar with Sound of Music. Like, it's entered the public consciousness.
Another one that I was very obsessed with that I feel like you should play because it's just on my heart recently. We gotta get some Title of Show if they have it up here.
What?
Title of Show?
Title of Show?
You don't know Title of Show?
I'm afraid I
don't.
4
friends writing a musical about 4 friends writing a musical about 4 friends writing a musical?
Oh, boy, that is some theater school nonsense.
Die Vampire Die.
That's the big one.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the big one, but it's my favorite.
That's your big one. September song.
Music or dancing sparkly dances is easy for them. Nothing interferes with their ability to create. While I celebrate their creative freedom, a little part of me wants to punch those motherfuckers in the teeth. I sing this song for you guys and for all the rest of us. Help me out, y'all.
We'll sing back up.
You have a story to tell, a novel you keep in a drawer.
Oh, sock drawer.
We love.
It's
very meta, and it's very inside baseball.
Right, because every song is called, like, the Tony Award song, because you gotta put that in your show or nobody's gonna win them awards. What kind of girl is she?
No, I meant I am playing me.
I am playing me. Untitled opening number.
Yes.
An original musical. Yes. I forgot to talk about the last 5 years because you brought up the last 5 years.
I love it so much.
I remember starting it one day and just going, nope, can't do this today.
Yeah.
No. That first song is a wrecker.
It is.
And the movie does a really good job of it as well. It's just like this horrible, like, Anna Kendrick alone in a broken home.
I had a really hard time watching that movie.
Go on.
It felt like I walked in on my parents having sex. It, like, felt too intimate.
Well, your parents do have sex in the movie. They are credited that.
Yeah, they're credited for that. It felt like watching something I shouldn't be watching that's too intimate and too personal and too corny. Like, I love the stage version and I love the soundtrack so much, but that movie was hot garbage to me. That first song kills me. The Shmuel song is my favorite song. I love a good song that just bops us out for a minute and it's just about something else.
It's not a weird story heavy song, so if you're in Les Mis, you're like, master of the house, take me away.
Yes, like I need a break.
Okay.
Bring me out. And that is exactly the Shmuel song.
And, well, that is Cats, the musical.
The entire thing.
It's almost entirely bop-outs.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of which, dare we?
We shall.
For the song that you have seen... Now, you didn't have the full pick of the litter, because we a lot of songs had been taken at this point.
And I didn't need a full pick, did I?
No, you didn't. You very quickly, and I was like, oh man, I'm kind of like, given like the last meat on the chicken bones over here. But you were like, Old Deuteronomy or Skimbleshanks, and I have to like kill one of my children and throw them off the side of this cliff.
And
It's the end of Spider-Man 1.
Exactly.
I'm dangling them both off the side of the bridge.
Old Deuteronomy and Skimbleshanks, and who am I going to toss?
And you ended up with Skimbleshanks, the Railway Cat. Now, what's your decision-making process? Explain yourself to me.
So, I made the decision fully based on the fact that it is Virgo season right now. We are fully in Virgo season.
Okay.
I'm a Virgo, and I firmly believe that Skimbleshanks is a Virgo.
Did T.S. Eliot provide any lore notes that help you onto this, or is it just the personality that comes?
It's the personality and the lyrics. I went on those alone. That's all I really needed.
Okay.
And we love.
And now let's begin our slow journey into Skimbleshanks. Now, spoilers. There are two kinds of songs in Cats.
Yes.
Total bops and unlistenable crap.
Yeah.
This is a bop.
We love a bop.
Everyone, back the fuck up. This song takes off like a freight train.
A little Christmas in there, wouldn't you say?
Yes! Oddly. Now that brings up... I know we got 3 seconds into the song. But you bring up something I was thinking about on Cats today. And I've not done an analytical study of this. I've not rap geniused this. But I feel like Cats somehow incorporates every form of music that existed before 1981.
Oh, fascinating.
It wraps it all in there.
Yes.
You have public domain stuff, like when they sing For He's a Jolly Good Fellow. Mm-hmm. You have this weird sort of Nat King Cole Christmas standard kind of feel. Mm-hmm. You have 80s rock before it existed with Rum Tum Tugger.
Yes.
You have, of course, grand musical theater ballads. There is every... Old Deuteronomy is like a sad country song.
Old Deuteronomy. My favorite, when they just bring it out in the middle of a scene, it feels like. They just pop it in because he walks on stage.
And then it's like, hi, goodbye. They do the same thing with McCavity. There are 2 characters that get that treatment. It's Old Deuteronomy and McCavity. Okay, so beyond the first 8 seconds.
Christmas.
Eventually? So here's what I appreciate about this song, from having covered most of the Cats catalog at this point, is that too many Cats songs spend 2 full minutes getting us to the point of the song. If you listen to Gus the Theater Cat, we've got 2 minutes of preamble before we figure out that guy's whole deal.
Very un-Virgo.
Very Virgo. Now I'm guessing here. I'm not an astrology guy, but a Virgo's going to kick down the door, and you instantly know what a Virgo. Like, you instantly know who they are. You have a good bead on their whole deal.
They have a plan.
Okay.
They like order.
Sure.
They like structure.
Yes.
They like to be leaders. Maybe they don't take feedback so well, but they give feedback very well. And I feel like Skimbleshanks really represents all of the qualities that I like about being a Virgo, which is just keeping things running and having an overarching plan for everything, seeing the macro. And that's how I feel about that.
Because we are 30 seconds in, I feel like I get this cat's whole deal. They're the railway cat. The train does not take off without Skimbleshanks. They are a good luck charm. They keep the rats at bay. Mm-hmm. They're this arbiter of good train fortune.
Exactly.
A mythical being that helps the trains run on time, much like our friend Stalin.
All the guards and all the porters and the station master's daughters would be searching high and low, saying, "Skimble, where's Skimble? For unless he's very nimble, then the night mail just can't go." At 11:42, with the signal overdue, and the passengers all frantic to a man, to the rear. I've been busy in the luggage van.
Now tell me, are Virgos known for being punctual?
They are. That is the one un-Virgo thing about this.
Okay, so this is where Skimbleshanks is deviating from the norm. Because we've been waiting for 20 minutes for this cat to show up so we can start this freaking train.
Exactly. The only thing that if I can dig in a little, is that it was all a part of his plan. It was always a part. It just because the railway workers' daughters, they're looking for him. Like, Skimbleshanks knows that it's not going to happen without him. And sure, are we emotional when we're late places? Yes, we are. But if we know that it's the plan to be late, then we feel a little bit more like we have control.
So Skimbleshanks was not neglectful. This was always Skimbleshanks' intent to show up late for the train.
I think we hear that in Skimbleshanks' voice when he's talking about, well, he was busy in the luggage cart. Like, he's like, we all knew where I was.
I was doing my thing. The Skimbleshanks thing over here.
Exactly.
I knew where I was, just because you didn't know.
Exactly. I hesitate to put too much Virgo characteristics on any cat, because they, in general, are very un-Virgo-like, but Skimbleshanks really just hits it in for me. I especially feel like in the second and third verse, when he's like, making sure that everything's orderly, checking in on people, making sure they're in the proper car, like everybody's having fun, we're all having a good time. We've got it.
They'd be off at last for the northern part of the northern hemisphere. You might say that by and large it was me who was in charge of the sleeping car express. From the driver and the guards to the backman playing cards, I would supervise them all, more or less.
Down the corridor he faces and examines all the faces of the travelers in the first and the third. He establishes control by a regular patrol, and he'd know at once if anything occurred. He would watch you without thinking, and he saw what you were thinking, and it's certain that he didn't approve of hilarity.
Okay, wait.
I have to say, the most Virgo-like thing that is said, it is the cue here is he establishes control with a regular patrol. Come on. That is some Virgo shit right there. He's living his own magic. He is in control, and he likes schedule, and he's got his thing going on. We love it. And you were about to say something.
I was caught a little off guard, and I don't have the lyrics in front of me. But the cat saw what you were thinking. The cat sort of read your mind. Is he a mischief monitoring cat?
Well, I mean, what is the base reality here? Like, what is the actual reality of what any of these cats are capable of?
Right. I mean, there are no...
They're all magic.
Hard and fast rules.
Okay, I've got it. Okay, he would watch you without winking, and he saw what you were thinking, and it's certain that he didn't approve.
The thought police Skimbleshanks.
Okay, of hilarity and riot, so that folk were very quiet when Skimble was about and on the move. So he just doesn't want a big fuss on his train.
Sure, we gotta make sure the trains run. We're all in this together. We're all stuck on this train.
It's just like when we're on the subway and somebody's listening to their music without their headphones on. Skimbleshanks would be brave enough to say, hey, we're all in this together. Let's respect each other and let's be quiet.
Okay, Skimbleshanks, the subway cat?
Skimbleshanks, the subway cat.
I think the time to capitalize on this, if you have contacts with Funny or Die, you know, like December 21st after Cats comes out, or maybe like the Monday after it comes out, Skimbleshanks the Subway Cat is a sketch.
Yes.
Once we are all familiar enough with who that is to base a form of comedy on it.
Do we have to be?
I guess not. I guess I do like a really specific esoteric sketch that is for no one. I write them myself.
There you go.
But, oh my god, the visions are taking me away. Skimbleshanks going around to everyone playing phone games with the sound on the train and swatting it right out of there, making you turn it down. God help you, there is no showtime on Skimbleshanks' train.
And you know how when the train enters a station, the conductor has to point at the white and black stripes? Do you know about this?
No.
So every time a train enters a station, there's a bar that has white and black stripes on it. And it's near where their conductor is, and they have to point at it. And it's like a test to prove that they're like lucid and they're paying attention, they're doing their job. So instead of that, it's Skimbleshanks' glowing green eyes, like in the beginning, because the train doesn't go unless his green eyes blink at the beginning of the song.
Wow.
So that was me a long way around a joke. That was the long way around a beat on this sketch.
Well, we're learning a lot. Yeah, we need to increase keep playing the game here of Skimbleshanks the Subway Cat. I think there's a lot there.
Skimbleshanks.
Funky guitar.
How could you not? How could you not?
Name written up on the door, and the berth was very neat with the newly folded sheet, and not a speck of dust upon the floor. There was every sort of light, you could make it dark or bright, and a button you could turn to make a breeze, and a funny little basin you're supposed to wash your face in, and a crank to shut the windows you can see.
Do you Grand Budapest Hotel at all? Are you known to Grand Budapest Hotel?
I don't know what that means.
The film
I
Grand
have
Budapest
seen,
Hotel?
yes.
Okay, because I'm starting to get some real Ray Fiennes Grand Budapest Hotel Monsieur Gustave H. energy
From Skimbleshanks?
Skimbleshanks.
Yes, and that, I think I remember that, and that does feel accurate.
The
porter or like a steward, that kind of a quality, I feel like gets us far.
The guy who's running the show, the sort of fuddy-duddy, every hair in place, no one doing anything they're not supposed to be here.
Pressed and cleaned and all of the above.
Yes, and every space you go in, not just a hotel, not just a train run by Skimbleshanks, should have a person like this.
Yes.
Every church has a person like this.
Every hotel.
Every hotel has a person like this. Many schools.
Yes.
I think a Skimbleshanks is more of an archetype than a character.
I agree.
And he exists among us all.
Then the guard looked in politely and would ask me very brightly, "Do you like your morning tea?"
We go strong.
But I was right behind him and was ready to remind him, for Skimble won't let anything go wrong.
When they crept into their cozy berth and pulled up the counterpane, they all could reflect it was very nice to know that they wouldn't be bothered by mice. They could leave all that to the railway cat, the cat on the railway train.
Another beat in our Skimbleshanks the Subway Cat sketch. We won't be bothered by mice.
Yes.
There's something there.
Yeah, we won't be bothered by rat kings that work their way onto the subway.
We won't.
Right? Heighten
yeah.
it.
Really just add to the energy.
In the watches of the night, I was always fresh and bright. Every now and then I'd have a cup of tea, with perhaps a drop of scotch while I was keeping on the watch, only stopping here and there to catch a flea.
Okay, so he's like a fuddy-duddy rule follower, but he likes to have a little fun.
I think it's important to establish that there are working hours and that there are pleasure hours. And just because you're the railway cat and you're there all the time doesn't mean you can't, like, tap out for a second and have a scotch.
You know, Skimbleshanks is the railway cat is not union, right? So there's no union mandated breaks. There's no built-in ebbs and flows to the work day where you can take a minute, take an hour, read a book, completely decompress, unplug the phone. That's not built into Skimbleshanks' workday. It's really a small collected series of moments throughout the railway ride.
And in order for Skimbleshanks to be as good at his job as he is, he needs a moment to, like, separate himself and say, like, I need to decompress. I need time for me. I need to skimble shank, and then I'm going to be ready.
I need to shank that skimble.
I need to shank my skimble, and then I will be ready to go, and I will be making sure that the porter asks if you want your tea weak or strong, because he's like, there, I'll remind you.
It's like, so this is the person, and let's call them Kevin Lanigan, who will prepare to take, like, a 5-minute non-smoke break just to, like, depart from the building for a minute, and it's like, all right, I'm going to be back in a second, monitor these orders, make sure that this is good, we need more of this. I'm just thinking of my Starbucks time in particular. It's like, we need a new brew on this, pill that machine, and I'll be back in 10 minutes. And it's... You set yourself up for success while allowing yourself to have a little bit of a break.
Exactly. You must. And now I'm corporate, so I get 1 hour for lunch, no other mandated breaks, but we all sneak away to the bathroom. You have to sneak.
We have to sneak
away. But
Skimbleshanks
would never. Skimbleshanks would never. If there was an hour that was actually mandated, Skimbleshanks would take that hour and not a moment more.
And that's impressive, because I'm always trying to sneak minutes.
Me too.
Hither and yon, here and there.
Here and there.
Here and there.
They were fast asleep in crew, and so they never knew that I was walking up and down the station. They were sleeping all the while I was busy at Carlisle, where I met the station master with elation. They might see me at Dumfries if I saw them up on me, if there was anything they ought to know about.
When they got to Gallowgate, then they did not have to wait, for Skimbleshanks would help them to get out.
Drum fill?
Yeah. I feel like this song lives in a lot of people's register that is like their loudest singing voice.
And I appreciate.
I don't love, but it is right in the pingiest register for people. But it's also very bop, 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 bop.
It has the rhythm of, I don't know, a moving train, the
which I wanted to bring up. Another reason that I selected this is when I saw that 2016 production, and or 17, I don't remember, Locked and Loaded. I'm sitting, I'm watching, I'm like, what the hell is happening? Yes. This is the only song that I was like, I think I understand what's happening. This is a cat on a train. And the choreo for this was incredible. They gave us everything. They made a train. And I believe it's Victoria the White Cat.
Yes, our protagonist in the film, which of course we'll get to.
Oh, interesting. Whoever she was, my God, she was giving us every inch of her body as she was making the wheels turn.
Yes.
She was really giving us a minute 5 performance at minute 90,
which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because this is the most athletic show in the history of Broadway.
Absolutely.
It's unquestionable. Cats is more dependent on dance than anything besides a chorus line.
Exactly.
Maybe West Side Story. And we're talking a maybe West Side Story. It is dance the show. And I appreciate how Cats as a musical, because it's so nonsensical, because it's so non-linear, it allows the actors to be the biggest hams that they've ever wanted to be.
There's no stakes.
Cannot do it in Les Mis because it'll ruin continuity or stakes or tension. Cats has none of that.
Each song resets your ability to turn into a bananas character.
And it's glorious. And I don't want every show to do that. Don't get me wrong. But that a show like this exists, that it was as popular as it was, and it truly just allows an actor to be the worst ham they were always taught not to be, a Kevin Kline level ham. It's a beautiful thing.
It's incredible.
Now I love it. Now, so we've completed Skimbleshanks the Railway Cat. We have not talked about the film sensation of 2019, soon to outgross Avengers Endgame, Cats 2019.
Sure.
So I'm sure you've seen some things.
Yes, I've seen the trailer multiple times.
No one's just seen it once.
You can't.
You can't look away. Once you know it's there, you have to keep coming back.
Simply
There
for the
she
sake,
is.
and I don't know if you talked about this at all, but simply for the sake that, like, they've managed to make real people Uncanny Valley.
Which is not supposed to be how that works. You're supposed to make fake people and make the Uncanny Valley. You're not supposed to grab a human person and drag them down into the valley.
They dragged all of these people into the valley, in my opinion.
We are looking at this still image of Jennifer Hudson Cat, and it is...
It is the Polar Express version of Jennifer Hudson Cat.
Disturbing. These dead eyes. And again, I've always thought it looks like she's a ransom note with just like pieces taped
Stuck
onto
to
the
her.
face of the cat. It's upsetting.
I also, and I'm sure you've discussed this, so I'm sorry to bring it up again, but the scale really bothers me.
People cannot get away from the scale and the face, and I don't blame them.
The scale really, really, really upset me. I was very bothered by the scale.
Yes. I was just bringing up our future Skimbleshanks, Stephen McRae.
I looked him up earlier because I thought we could come in with some info about him. I got nothing.
He's got nothing. I think we've talked about him on a different episode of this show. I cannot remember which.
Okay.
But he is credited as, like, an actor and production designer, but all of his work is on, like, shorts. So let's not be tossing out titles wherever we feel like. I think he's just a dancer.
I think he's a dancer.
He's a professional dancer who doesn't have these credits that other people have. He doesn't... IMDb, for him, barren wasteland.
Truly. I also feel like, in terms of, like, range, I don't think we ever need Skimbleshanks to be the most incredible singer.
No.
Because it is very, like... which is really doesn't ask a lot of anybody.
It's patter. It's like Rex Harrison level stuff.
We love patter. You have to love a patter song.
We stand patter.
We stand patter. I love patter.
Deceptively difficult, but also helps you get away without a lot of technical proficiency.
Exactly. As long as you have charm and you have the ability to say the words.
Precisely.
I think that you give your audience an opportunity to go, oh, that was nice to get away from our narrative for a second.
Sure. It was a fun escape.
Exactly.
We got away for a moment.
Skimbleshanks, the railway cat, is the escape of the escape that is cats.
Right. It's an escape from the escape. It's an escape room within a separate escape room.
Exactly.
Now, this brings up something that I like to talk about, and we're approaching the end. In case you're ready to go home, because you came to me after getting off work, which I really appreciate.
No problem.
You did not have to do that, but I think that patter and characters like Skimbleshanks help emphasize something that I like to say about musical theater, which it's not all about singing talent.
Yeah.
You can get away with a lot of personality.
Yes.
And that's okay.
I agree with that.
Because I know a lot of very, like, talented, technically very proficient singers who are a real bore to watch on stage. They can hit those notes, but, like, you don't have the verve, you don't have the personality.
Yeah.
And that's sad.
I agree. I have a thing floating around in my head, and I don't know if it's going to be too controversial, and it brings us a little bit away from cats. I recently saw a show that has had a lot of buzz around it, and I felt like there was a lot of technical proficiency in terms of singing, for the most part, and some underwhelming charisma.
I have some ideas.
Oh, please.
But I don't think I don't know.
So here's the thing. There are two shows that this could be, or there's many shows that this could be. One of them is my favorite thing that I've seen since I've lived in New York for a decade, and the other one is The Right Answer.
Okay.
And they're both, I think they have the same kind of buzz around them.
Yes. Is one of them Be More Chill?
No, I haven't seen that.
Damn it. Is one of them Hadestown?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, what's the other one? Beetlejuice the musical?
No.
Bat Out of Hell the musical?
No.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm getting some wagging fingers coming at me.
You're so far away.
Unnerving.
You're so far away.
This is fucking $10,000
So one of them is
pyramid.
Hadestown, and one of them is something else.
Oh, I don't know. I can't help you.
Revival.
Revival? Oh, it is a revival.
Yeah.
Cats?
No.
This is unnerving. I don't like this.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oklahoma!
I know. Okay.
So Oklahoma and Hadestown. Now, which one of those is the one that I love, and which one is the one that I think was completely underwhelming because of a lack of charisma?
Okay, now I'm seeing some fingers, but you're mixing up the fingers like the guy with the balls underneath the coconut shells.
Yes.
I'm going to say that Oklahoma stealth great.
Yes.
Ah!
I loved it. I loved it so much.
Oh my god.
And people hate, and I loved.
People... Now, do they hate this production of Oklahoma, or do they hate Oklahoma?
They hate this production specifically of Oklahoma.
Bull. I don't... Maybe I'm being too harsh on Oklahoma the musical. How could you possibly fuck that up to a great degree? Oklahoma is baseline musical.
It is. I think that when people go into Oklahoma, they expect, like, the first big, great American musical narrative.
Sure.
Rodgers and Hammerstein classic. And that is not at all what it is. They really turn her on her head, and if that's not what you're interested in seeing, you probably will hate it.
I don't know how many people who are buying tickets for Oklahoma want a deeply deconstructionist experience.
It's pretty deconstructionist.
Wow.
And I loved it. In fact, I ran into the Judd Fry today on the sidewalk, and I nearly passed out. I love it so much. And so that means that the one that I found deeply lacking in any kind of personality and charisma was Hadestown.
Wow. And I haven't seen either, so I am coming at this completely from a hype point of view.
So, Act 2 Hadestown, we've got potential, and my heart was in it. Act 1 of Hadestown was very much like, I'm this Greek god. Did you know I'm this Greek god? Don't forget, I'm this Greek god, and this is my role. And the singing was good. The singing was good, but it was just like, what is happening? There's nothing happening.
Lock me into the drama.
Yes.
Find me some characters that I can latch onto. It's a real Into the Woods scenario.
It is. Another musical I'm very attached to.
Oh.
We love Into the Woods.
Let me tell you, Into the Woods. Into the Woods. Into the Woods. That was my Into the Woods joke.
Into the Woods.
Thank you. Anything to get on the record about cats while I have you? Because we're coming up on plugs.
Okay. I have a bet with a friend about the movie. In the preview, there is a cat that looks exactly like the wonderful friend, comedian, actor, Matt Gehring.
Okay.
And you cannot look it up.
Okay.
We were about to look it up. You can't look it up.
Okay.
So
I'm barred from my own laptop computer.
My friend Brandon Zellman and I, shout out to Brandon Zellman, have a bet that if Matt Gehring is in this movie, then he owes me $5.
$5 whole dollars?
$5 whole dollars.
American US?
Yes, but the rule is, if he looks on IMDb or asks Matt beforehand, he then also owes me $5.
Wow. It's a Tantalus kind of situation.
Exactly. So those are my final thoughts on the movie Cats.
I'm glad. I almost forgot. It's a question we ask every episode. Oscar buzz for Cats. How do you see... Now, you haven't seen the movie. I haven't seen the movie. What are we thinking here? Because some people will say, nothing. It's going to be completely ignored. It's going to bomb at the box office. It's going to be forgotten as quickly as it came. I say, nay. I think this is going to be a blockbuster. Mm-hmm. I think this is going to be huge. This is our Christmas movie.
Yes.
And it's going to do buku Dolores.
But 9 was also our musical Christmas movie.
Yeah, 9... Okay, Cats is not a sequel to the Fellini movie 8.5.
Sure.
Cats has that going for it.
But barely that.
Cats is not Daniel Day-Lewis's musical debut. Cats...
is 8 other people's musical debut.
Fair, including Jason Derulo. Do you think we're going to get a Jason Derulo name drop in this movie? Because I do. I think it's in his contract. I think it's in his writer.
I hope so.
That it has to be in there.
Here's my cue, and I don't know if you know the answer to this. Is there an original song for the movie?
Correct. Yes.
There is?
There is.
That will get nominated, and it will get nominated for nothing else.
That's what you're saying. Okay.
That's what I'm standing on.
That is a unique one so far. You are
Really?
an outlier. No one has called that specific betting format, if I'm making the table,
Sure.
no one has done that specifically. We've
will
had
get-
2 sweeps. We've had 2 people say we're looking at a Titanic, Return of the King, a sweep. You say nay.
They need to be medically assessed.
Nay. Consult the record, consult the archives of PodCATS, and you can figure out who, and then you can call the mental institution. I think it's going to be a healthy showing. I think it's going to get a ton of noms, maybe only walk home with like 2 awards. I think, bafflingly, it is going to go home with like best visual effects.
That is a lie.
Baffling. It is bananas. It is absolutely going to happen.
Okay.
Because that is the kind of shit that the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences loves to do. Because it does not want to give it to Avengers Endgame. It doesn't want to give it to... I've already forgotten every other movie that came out this year. They don't want to give it to the... I mean, The Farewell's not going to get it, but they don't want to give it to, like, a big superhero movie.
Sure.
And as far as I know, there's not another, like, big special effects-based production coming to us later this year.
You might be right, but I still think, I really stand by this, it will only get nominated for Best Original Song, and it will not win.
Okay.
That's,
so, no wins.
No wins,
one
nom.
nom. That is harsh, but I can't say I disagree with you. Like, that is a perfectly valid place to hold. I just think it's going to be way more insane than that.
Okay, well, come December, let's see how this unfolds.
When I reunite all the guests of PodCATS for a big betting pool.
Ooh, I'd be interested in that.
Okay, we'll talk. I also have an idea for a Cats-based live show, but again, we'll talk. Not the musical Cats, a comedy show. But anyway, you were generous enough to come on the show. You were generous enough to lend your time to a stranger to come do the show. Now is your time where you can promote anything you want. You can get all your stuff out there. The spotlight is on. This is your Cats song.
Oh my god.
Do whatever you want to do.
I'm just gonna do Skimbleshanks again. No, you can see me every Friday at 8:30 at UCB Subculture with Bucky, my awesome improv team, and you can also see me every Monday at 9 p.m. with Rumpelteazer. That's a name drop for cats, but that's my musical improv team as well at UCB Hell's Kitchen. And then once a month at Caveat, you can check out Current Ex-Boyfriend, which is my other team.
My personal favorite improv team.
I love him so much.
Love Current Ex-Boyfriend. I was introduced not formally, but saw you all when you dethroned the stepfathers at Cage Match. And it was a sight to behold.
And it was a sight to remember.
It was a fucking show, y'all.
It was fantastic.
Good job. I think I stuck it out through your run after that. I can't recall, but let's say that I did.
I would like to think that you did.
I
And
would
that's
like
my
to
stuff.
think that I did too. Fantastic. And until next time, where we ponder those mythical jellicle beings called cats, this has been PodCATS. Go fuck yourself.
That's my train whistle for...
That was a really good train whistle.
Thank you.
A+.
We are your grateful children. Please accept our sacrifice.
All these years of this cruel joke, the best of our harvest going up in smoke. Praying for a future from these silent stony shells. How much more of this must we take? This is the morning we finally make a future for ourselves. But Cain, if it's God's will, is it God's will or have we all been conned? Brother, we will never know, we will never grow if we never go beyond. I never made this world, I didn't even lose it. And I know no one said it was fair, but they had a garden once, they had the chance to choose it. They gave it away, including my share. And now we're lost in the wilderness, lost, crying in the wilderness. And if anyone's watching, it seems they couldn't care less. We're lost in the wilderness. Follow all the rules, you swallow all the stories, and every night you wish on a star, dreaming your day will come, trusting in allegories. And every morning, boy, look where you are, lost in the wilderness, lost, slowly dying in the wilderness, with no chance of living, boy, until you confess you're lost in the wilderness. Don't you ever watch the eagle fly to the sun and wonder how he got to feel so free? If you ever have, you know your journey's begun. Hey, what have you got to lose, boy, when already we are lost in the wilderness? And where we are headed, boy, I couldn't even guess. But off we go without a warning, running as we hit the ground, where our future lies a warning, where our hearts are outward bound. Till one bright and distant morning, we may stop and look around, and there, in the wilderness, finally we'll be found.
This has been a Talkback Podcast.